Hello everyone, I have a question for all of you. Would you be comfortable to buy a property with a past crime? A property with a past. So I want to talk to you about that. And when would you say no? Would it be only the price? Or would you just say, hey, listen, I do not care about that? Or would you say, well, depending on what it is, right? So I just want to dive into this a little bit more because I had a situation recently when it came with a past crime in a particular property. So what is the actual law when it comes to Ontario Real Estate Association between the sellers, us realtors? Do we actually have to disclose it? So let's get right into it.
Just an approximate ETA for personnel at the yard. With acknowledged.
So would you be actually comfortable buying a crime home, something that happened in that house and you actually knew? So now if I would tell you, look, in this particular house, something has happened, there has been a past crime, in this particular property, on this address, so would you buy it? And if your answer is no, then would you buy it at a particular price? So as an example, let's say this particular house, we know there has been a crime, let's say a suicide, okay? So would you buy it for $800,000 and an equivalent house on the same street is selling for $1 million? There is a 20% reduction or $200,000. Now the question is, would you buy it at that point? You know there has been a suicide in this particular property. Would you actually buy it? It would be interesting to find out, and please comment below. The second one would be, small crimes like, like loud previous sellers that, constantly the police would constantly check, and there would be a lot of parties. Not really a crime scene, but like something that neighbors would consider crime, like, or they were loud, they were throwing a lot of parties, like the police would catch them, dealing drugs or something like that. Would you buy a property like that? Would that be like, okay, so the sellers left and the party left and we don't care and we're okay purchasing a property like that? Please comment below. So the third one is obviously a heavy one, something that happened to kids, in the property. They got molested, God forbid, or something like that. Where would you say it's like it's okay? Like it happened in the past. I don't care about that. I'm buying the house. I'm gonna renovate it anyway. Or this is a zero. Like I don't care. If I know there has been a crime of any type, I will not buy that house. Don't care about the price, don't care about anything. I just, my consciousness or my thought of something that happened cannot swallow that particular feeling, and I will just pass on to the next house. So let me just read a section when it comes to the law. So it says in Ontario, there's no legal requirement as of yet for sellers or their real estate agents to disclose a past death or murder in the home. This applies to sellers who have no knowledge of the past events in the home, since there have been no original owners or answers, and it also applies to the sellers who do have knowledge of the past stigmatized events in the home. Now, as you heard, there's really no law, pushing sellers to actually disclose on some of these things. So now, as a buyer agent, I always like to put a clause, and if you have dealt with me, like the clause is most likely there. So it says like, look, we would like for you as a seller to disclose to us buyers if there have been any kinds of deaths or any kind of crime or anything drug related, growing, like so sometimes they have these cannabis homes growth in the basements or throughout the whole homes and whatnot. So could you please disclose, right? So the second thing is like, talking to the neighbors. Neighbors will be the next best thing, because most likely they will, follow the activities throughout the years, or they might know. The third thing is obviously Googling the address, just Googling, right? And in this particular address in the city, if there has been a crime, it is likely to be registered and it will be on Google. So there's a couple of these steps that you could do. Now, stigmatized, like it's another topic, like the previous sellers might not disclose, but like it's kind of hard to check, you know what I mean? Because they might say, hey, look, I'm seeing ghosts. Are you really? Like, so I don't know the condition of that particular seller. They could be a little bit off, or they might actually see it. Like, I don't know, right? Like, so now we can debate the fact, do you believe in ghosts, yes or no? That's the number one. The second one is, well, how often do they come? Like, is the seller, do they have a condition, a medical condition themselves? Or how do they react to these type of events, if or when they occur? So stuff like that. Or, some stuff has been recorded throughout that particular history of the home. Like everybody that, bought this particular home, recorded events, facts, could be, I don't know, as soon as they bought this home, they got ill, they got sick. The past 4 owners, this happened to them, right? So now, like, it could be something concerning, since, it could be mold in the walls that nobody really opened up, right? Like, so people are just getting sick and people don't know why they're getting sick. Obviously, we are getting, with home inspections, and we're getting with all the data that we currently have. And obviously, you always have to go to your lawyer and ask for advice when it comes to these things, either if you're a seller or the buyer. But this is just kind of an exercise to find out, would you actually purchase a house with a past crime record, a stigmatic record, he said, she said type of thing, or something that has been really recorded, right? So please comment below. I hope this video was interesting. Please like, comment, and share. And share to somebody if it's going through this stuff, or if you think this information will be valuable. Thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.